Hello, everybody. This is Brian Lenard, Executive Director at Hasbro Studios. Let's go around the room, say who's on us for this DVD commentary.
Hello, Robert Fewkes at Hasbro Studios.
Jayson, Supervising Director of My Little Pony.
Nicole Oliver, Princess Celestia, and Cheerilee.
Cathy Weseluck, Spike, and the Mayor.
Andrea Libman, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy.
Tabitha St. Germain and Luna/Nightmare Moon.
And
And
Rarity? Oh, sorry, I was just looking at the picture. I get confused.
Don't worry. It was just
Because you're
it
totally
was just
rare.
a recap. It's just a recap.
A minor character.
I realize I said director of My Little Pony. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that I'm doing the DVD commentary. What show I'm directing. You know.
that you're the
Anyway.
boss? Way to bring it up again.
and we
Don't you forget it.
We know our place.
I storyboarded the opening title sequence.
Did you?
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Good
Hardly
job.
I like opening title sequences. That's what I like to do.
It's like putting
Exclusively?
icing on cakes.
Not exclusively.
Done.
I like that line.
You fools.
I know.
The first of many pony puns.
Yes.
Many. It took us a while to get some of the first scripts said every one, and then no, it should be every pony, and those were kind of fun.
I lie awake at night worrying about if we've accidentally slipped up and not said some pony or
Oh,
every
really?
pony.
Oh, they'll tell
Yeah.
you.
Jeez.
For continuity.
You'll hear about it.
Oh yeah, we'll tell you.
We're constantly trying to find it, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, you can't say that. It's got to be pony.
That's Brian's job, right? Like that's his
That's all I
main
do is
job.
just look for,
Yeah.
pony
And
references
it's
and
very
pony
important.
puns.
So
oh, look,
Jayson,
now Twilight has a bit of color around the magic.
Oh.
Ooh.
Jayson dreams in pony.
And that wasn't a that was a hee.
Or a yay.
Thank goodness we didn't.
It was
have
a
to do
whinny.
horsey laughs.
I know.
Doomed. We tried. Somebody tried to do a horse
Yeah.
laugh, and
Yes,
it
we
was a
did.
long silence after, and then I think.
We'll do it in post.
Was that a guest character?
Yeah, and then I think the voice
like,
director
we don't do
Terry
that
was like,
here.
no.
No.
And so the cutie marks, the cutie marks have become a really big thing now. So did you guys take any major length of time to decide on that, or was that Lauren's?
The
How much
cutie-
of a focus? Yeah, was the cutie mark?
that
thing?
I think cutie marks on the ponies came from the very beginning of My Little Pony back in the 80s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were.
And
oh, they
I
had
never
two sides.
They were on. They had
On
two
both
sides?
flanks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or on-
Here on our show we have them on either side. I don't know if they do on the toy, but because we wanted
Wait, what?
to help animation, we made them symmetrical on either side. We can just flop them if we need to.
That's what I mean. You see, there's differences.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes not all their hair is symmetrical. I mean, they're usually combed it to one side, so we kind of cheat it. And when they turn their heads, they don't always behave exactly how a head turn would work, but it's a cartoon.
Wait, what?
It is.
Ooh, the Everfree Forest. Everfree Forest.
Fired. Forest, the
Getting-
forest.
It's scary.
Yeah, any sort of inspiration for the Everfree Forest and from a design standpoint?
Well, there was one or two images in the development pack of the Everfree Forest. And we basically pulled from that. That was developed early on. I think Dave Dunnett designed it. And we basically took that and expanded on it. The board artists and our layout team really did a great job. The board artists on this one were Tom Sales and Sam Toe. We often called Tom Awesome Tom because he's so awesome. But all our board artists are.
That's the name.
He came to us with that nickname. He didn't develop it on the show.
See, now the question is, did he come up with that himself, or did
I
someone
think
else
so.
do that?
I have no idea.
That's awesome.
It
That is
came
awesome.
it came along with him.
That's how we call Cathy Mad Cathy.
We
Like
do?
that. We do.
Oh. In private, you mean?
Oh, no.
No. Totally in
You
public.
said it out
I
loud.
just
It's
said it.
random.
Yeah, I love how you guys had sort of the Nightmare Moon purple, everywhere that's sort of causing mischief. It's like that constant reminder, like she's the one that's manipulating all this stuff. It's all, she's testing them. It's great.
Yeah, that was tricky thing to keep consistent throughout the episode. We really wanted to stick to.
Is that the manticore?
Yeah, the manticore. It's not a woman to core.
Wah, 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 wah.
But
Perm. You have a perm.
You were noticing his mane right away, weren't you, Rarity?
I was.
And there's always a challenge of not making them too scary, right? So you've always got that to think about to make it scary enough, but not scare the children and make it interesting.
I was concerned about that at the beginning, like how far can we go? I knew how far we could take it and how far the story was sort of pushing us, but what is too scary for young children and what is just scary enough that they still enjoy it. Sort of a fine line, but I think we tread it pretty well.
Yeah, because it was always a fine balance because, you didn't want it to feel too soft, too sweet. You wanted there to be stakes. But yeah, you didn't want to alienate people who, were turning away and not watching it because it was too scary. And then, of course, you've got stuff like this to balance it out.
Yeah, in the end, everything is okay. It's
Exactly.
it's like a roller coaster ride, It's scary, but you're safe.
And I think it's interesting you're bringing in characters like a manticore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't even know what a manticore was, and it kind of, as we go along with other themes in My Little Pony, I mean, there's just the castles and the magic and this and that, and it's nice to see. It's almost mythological in some ways. It feels mythological.
Yeah, Jayson, would you say this is sort of inspired by Greek mythology, all these creatures and kind of the universe?
A lot of them came from there, and we kind of use that as our inspiration. I think Lauren did too. This sequence here in the dark was tough to achieve. I was constantly revising this sequence to try and make it dark enough that you can feel that it's dark and also feel that you can see what's going on. And these trees were really quite scary. I was a bit concerned myself, is this too harsh to go out on? But I thought it was awesome.
It looks
No, it works
awesome.
great. The eyes are wonderful standing out.
Yeah. And then Pinky's
She just always lets the tension out of the bag. doesn't
yeah.
she?
I love this song coming up. This is the first song of the series, I think. First of many. I had this in my
And then
head for
Pinky
a long
breaking the
time.
fourth wall.
Yeah. I think
The bounce.
The bounce.
I
Yeah,
know.
it looks awesome.
Little bounce, boink, boink, boink.
trying to think who boarded this song. I think it might have been Mike West. I think we actually split up the pilot 2 episodes amongst the 4 board artists that we were using. So everyone got a chunk of each episode. So it wasn't actually just the 2. It was all 4 of them. They each took an act or something.
Daniel Ingram, who does the songs, has really made My Little Pony have its own sound.
Yeah.
People will recognize the songs.
Yeah, he does such a great job every time.
We spend an awful lot of time doing that group laugh thing.
Yeah.
If you measured probably a ratio of how much of our days we spend doing group.
Laughing as
Reactions
much
and-
when the record button's on as when it's
Yeah,
off. Right?
yeah.
This-
I love that
this
water.
scene.
Yeah.
You know how hard this scene was to achieve?
Yes, I
with
can
all that
imagine
water
the bubbles in
and
the water
and the rolling snake tail. Oh, it was.
It worked, Jayson. It's
Yeah, it
great.
worked in the end. It was. We had to really work at how that animation was gonna be achieved.
Is that Lee?
That's Lee.
Mrs. Lee
Tokar.
Tokar.
Yeah, yeah.
As what fans have dubbed Stephen Magnet, which he actually has no
Magnum.
name other than River Serpent or something like that. This is Rarity's moment.
Gonna braid his mane? What's gonna happen?
And I mean, you're using like the entire color palette, really.
Yeah, twice over.
I mean, yeah, it's amazing because, you know, in other circumstances, you would be in other shows, you'd be really concerned about complementary colors or a certain tone or an overall look to the show in that respect. But you guys are using all the colors of the palette. It's great.
Of the rainbow.
Wait a minute!
Do, do, do.
The animation on the serpent was still it stands up. Sharan boarded this part, but I think we developed a technique with Illustrator to turn certain like the aspect of his body as kind of like a snaky body. We used Illustrator to paint it like a brush and brought it into Flash, and we're able to animate it that way, so that it felt fluid and not like stiff like Flash can look. A lot of work.
And so how long would you say, I mean, on average, would take everyone to animate?
I think we do it in 3 weeks each episode. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But that's just the animation, obviously.
That's just the
There's,
animation.
Like, you know,
That's just
design, animatics.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Storyboards, we were doing 22 minutes in 5 weeks with 2 board artists. And then layout is 3 weeks, and then animation is 3 weeks. And then, of course, there's revisions and revisions and revisions. And a lot of the effects, like splashes and smoke and dust and things like that, we had an animator at the very beginning come in, and Gregory Roth, his name was, and he was very good at effects, and he just animated all kinds of things. We're like, we're going to need splashes and puddles, we're going to need rain, we're going to need dust and smoke and fire and all this stuff. We just tried to anticipate all the common things you would see, but we wanted them to feel pony. So we gave them their own style so that they weren't...
to feel pony.
Yeah, to feel like they fit in this world and have their own look to them.
A pony puddle is very different from a
Yeah.
normal
That's
puddle.
right. That's
Trust me.
We didn't want them to look generic, you know. We wanted them to be distinctive.
Well, that's what makes
And
the
they
show
are.
special.
Absolutely.
Like the dust you see, or the fog, it's like these little swirls inside it. And they were built in Flash to have all these different little swirly movements in it, and we duplicated it. But
Because you can see it not only in the sort of in the clouds, but also in the plants and in the sort of the design on the buildings. The swirls are a big part. Yeah.
And the other wonderful thing about it is, even in something that's not as complex as a scene like this, but you see the ponies moving along in their way, and then you'll see the background either still, or it'll be shifting at a different tempo at the same time.
to give depth, yeah.
To
We
give
call
depth,
that
and
multiplaning.
that's amazing. That's quite an incredible technique.
Yeah. Woody has figured out a lot of techniques like that to make them to give that depth of field, like as if it's a kind of a 3-dimensional world.
The elements of harmony. We found them. Careful.
Ah, yes. And they are, everybody.
Where's the 6? The book said.
I think I know.
Present a spark.
I didn't know there was
Generosity.
gonna be a
and what
test.
was-
Generosity, kindness,
laughter,
Laughter.
But I have an idea.
We know the last
Loyalty.
one.
Honesty.
Loyalty.
Did someone say generosity?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kindness, kindness,
Someone
laughter,
said it.
generosity, honesty. The last
And
one's
the last
friendship.
one
The
is
last one's friendship.
magic.
Magic.
Oh, spoiler alert,
The
guys.
combination of all of them. And I really like how this story was written, especially on the pilot, where we're introduced in the first episode to each one of their characters and what they're like. And then in the second episode, each one of their characters has a moment, and it plays out in some benefit to Twilight that convinces her that she needs these people. And that's the spark at the end of the episode. And I thought that was really clever. And it was very true to the message of the story. Twilight's teleportation spell.
Yeah, she gets better at it. If you watch the series, you can see she has a little trouble with it in those first episodes, and then just becomes second nature to her. It just shows how she's growing as a character.
Yeah, that's what I remember talking to Lauren early on. That she didn't want Twilight to be an expert at magic, and at the very beginning, yeah, here it is. I think that's the first time she actually does it. She really wanted her to be able to learn and grow, and I love that, because you don't want to have an unlimited source of magic and power. It wouldn't be good for storytelling. So it's good that she's limited.
And she's a student.
Yeah, she has a lot to learn.
Student of magic. Yeah,
Yeah.
lots to learn.
Gives us somewhere to go. Oh no!
Again, it's just so packed for the first couple of episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how much mythology has been established just in these 2 episodes. We often harken back to what's been established here.
Yeah.
As we explore different worlds.
And I think that's what later down the road creates the interest on such a broad demographic, is the adventure, the mythology, the intelligence of the scripts, the morals and values. It's just really all there.
I think that's what people respond to when they see it. It speaks to them. It's something that we can all kind of relate to. There's always something for everyone.
That's why Fluttershy's hair is staying like that.
Manticore gel.
Yes, that's right.
Rarity, who calmed a sorrowful serpent with a meaningful gift, represents the spirit of...
To think back in the days when we didn't have computers helping us out with these things, and how much of it had to be hand-drawn and just absolutely to the T.
Wait, there was a time before computers?
I don't
Apparently there
remember
was,
it.
Brian.
I don't
benefit-
believe you.
Well, I've done research, you see.
It benefits us a lot. I've thought about it a few times. Like, there are times when we're in the rough cut or something, we see the animation and we look at it and we're like, this could have been better. And then we come up with a new idea. Like this shot right here was, or not this one, but it's when she gets her element of magic. We went through many different versions of that shot to figure it out, how to do it best. And if we were doing it classically, there's no way we could have done that. We would have been stuck with the one way that it was animated.
That's interesting to know, yeah.
Here, like this shot right here, we went through several versions before we were all happy with it. And I just love that about Flash. I mean, and just the digital technology, we can rethink it if we need to. Although that sometimes becomes a problem because you got to say, stop, it's done.
It's true. It's
You
true.
know, don't overthink it too
Becomes
much.
the trees for the forest after
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Every pony okay? Oh, thank goodness! Why, Rarity, it's so lovely.
She gets her tail
I
back.
know.
It's all good. Don't worry, Rarity.
Accessories.
Yay.
So does yours.
Well, this is what makes this the feminine element here that's so lovely. You know, if this was a boys' show, it would probably be one boy saves the day, and the feminine element here is that working together, that we our
And
power.
I'm
Here she
going to tell
comes.
you all about that right now.
Here she comes.
Finally, she appears.
No, you're right. It's that idea of togetherness, right?
Yeah.
You're stronger in a group than on your own.
I think that's what people respond to. Positive community. I mean, there's a lot of the other kind of community, but
There's a lot of positivity. It's great.
You told me it was all...
And also to find strength in weaknesses and making that okay, that it's all right to be weak and to ask for help and to join together in finding a solution. And I think there's strength in that too, and that's always reiterated in the shows.
And the differences are, we're all different, but we can accept that. We don't have to be all cookie cutter the same. You can be silly, or you can be shy, and that's okay.
Or purple.
Or you can be purple.
Will you
Although you might want to go to see a
Or
doctor.
Because girls, you're all pretty.
I like doing this scene with you, Tab. I remember we did it a couple of times. Just to try and find that balance of...
Not so small.
And then comes Pinky.
That takes the edge off anything that might go too schmaltzy.
That ending with the heartwarming return and of Celestia and all that, it really worked out well. Like just the feeling of it and all that response that you guys had, and you really feel that. You feel that genuine emotion, and
it
it's
sets
rare.
the tone for the rest of the season and everything else.
I mean, I could feel it when we were watching this in the mix at the end with the music and all the animation and everything. It's I could tell like this is gonna be something. Like we're getting a little choked up watching it, and that's
cool.
Okay, that's good. That's a good sign.
And her mane is just constantly flowing.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Woody
stop.
animated that, I think.
Amazing. Good one, Tab.
We've used that same animation cycle of her mane and tail since the first episode.
Well, really, why mess with perfection?
Well, that again goes back to when we, did our pre-animation, stock. We thought ahead.
The end.